All right, so jumping into the YouTube tips now that are going to help you rank better SEO-wise and get you more visibility. We're just going to jump right in, and I'm going to bang them out in each lecture for you. That way you can take them, digest them, and then implement them into your videos going forward. We're just going to jump right in and give you the stuff. So, first and foremost is front load your keywords. I'll repeat that, front load your keywords. Everyone uses keywords in their videos, in their titles, in their description potentially. Maybe you're stuffing, keywords in your description here and there. Maybe you're even commenting still. I think that was one misconception that people believed. If you put, keywords in comments and pin them, kind of like I have a pinned, here because I announce winners. People used to believe that if you put, a bunch of, much like Instagram, if you put a bunch of keywords in your comments or, stuff through your description, then it's going to help really increase your SEO and your visibility across the platform. That is so maybe 2015, 2016 way of thinking, and even 2017 way of thinking. But everybody knows that you need to stuff keywords potentially into your description and put keywords in your title. But did you know that YouTube's algorithm actually puts more weight on keywords that are front loaded, meaning in the beginning of your title and in the beginning of your description? It's going to index your video based on what keywords come first. So to kind of give you an example about this and how we can get into you understanding this a little bit better. Right here, for example, you'll notice that now this goes across the board, like I said, with descriptions. So the keywords that go, earlier on in your descriptions, as well as the keywords that, go earlier on in your title. And I'm going to give you some examples here in a second. But for this video, this is a video I put out about, 20 days ago maybe, or, 15 days ago or whatever it is. And it was CPA commission results from mass emailing a CPA offer to a targeted email list. So I walked everybody through, how I make money with CPA marketing by emailing targeted leads. I walked them through not yesterday's, but the video before this video. And then this was essentially revealing the CPA commission results that I made, the money I made, how much I made, the costs, and so on and so forth. And so you'll see here that CPA commission results is one of the keywords that I wanted to rank for initially because I felt like it was easily targetable. Now, the reason I wanted to do that was because I wanted to front load this in my title was because I wanted to rank for this keyword especially. I also obviously wanted to rank for, mass email and mass emailing a CPA offer, targeted email list. So this is a good example of me, not just throwing keywords in there, but trying to rank for them well, and I actually do rank for them. So that's a good thing. And like I said, this is only, my channel is not huge by any means, but 839 views in roughly, 15 days is pretty solid for the size of my channel as I'm growing right here, right now. I'm roughly about 3,000 subscribers, but I've grown about 2,000 subscribers in the past month. It took me a while to get to that first 1,000, but once I started implementing these things that I'm teaching you, I really started to see sustained growth. So I want you to put these and implement these things into your YouTube game and your YouTube videos. So right here, obviously, like we just talked about, front load your keywords in your titles. YouTube's algorithm puts more weight on those front loaded keywords rather than the back ones. These still matter, but they put more weight on the front ones. Now, moving forward, front load your keywords in your description. You'll also see here that clearly I put, affiliate links and links to my courses and so on and so forth. But, I also want to front load my keywords in my titles or my description of my YouTube video. So I also suggest a little caveat here and a bonus tip, put your, a description of what your channel basically entails at the bottom. You'll see here that this is in every one of my videos. The reason for that is it will just kind of help you rank. YouTube doesn't put as much weight keyword-wise toward the back end of your description, but it will help you rank slightly for some of this stuff. So this is literally, my channel's description, and I just post it here in every description just to kind of get a slight bump in rank for some of those keywords. You'll see here that, if you just read this really fast, you can pause it and read it. There's a bunch of keywords thrown in here, and it helps my channel rank and my videos rank for some of those a little bit better. Something to just a little caveat and bonus tip that I just kind of wanted to add in there for you. But if you read my description, it's not very long, and I suggest that maybe you put, before any of your links, you put like, maybe a paragraph or two, well written, that's going to explain what your video is about, but also has keywords stuffed in there. So no more, you don't want it like a long, story or essay, but 1 to 2 paragraphs max with some good actionable keywords in there, front loaded is the idea. So CPA commission results is what I was trying to rank for initially, front loaded, And this is my CPA commission results from mass emailing a CPA offer to a targeted email list. Boom, to the point, easy. They know what it is, and it also has a lot of the same keywords front-loaded in my description that my title does. That will help me rank for all those keywords better. And then obviously I go into it a little bit more. But that's the tip number one that I wanted to bring to you. Front-load your titles, front-load the keywords in both your titles and your descriptions. To give you an example real fast, if I were trying to rank for something like, actionable YouTube tips, for example, kind of like this course is going over, and I was trying to rank for that keyword specifically, a bad example of this might be, coming up with a title like every YouTuber's checklist for actionable tips to increase watch time. The reason for that is because actionable tips is not, in that actionable tips, actionable YouTube tips or anything like that is not front loaded in that, that title's description. Another thing to keep in mind is, let me just go ahead and give you a good example of that. So the bad example is every YouTuber's checklist for actionable tips to increase watch time. Will you potentially rank for that? Yes. But a better example of that will be 10 actionable YouTube tips that you can take to increase your watch time. The reason for that being is because 10 actionable YouTube tips has actionable YouTube tips right in the front end of the description or the title, and therefore you have a better chance of ranking for it because YouTube's algorithm will pick up and put more weight on that because it's front loaded in your title. So that's tip number one: front load your keywords in your title and your description. It's very, very simple, but a lot of people don't know that YouTube's algorithm puts more weight on that, and it's very, very much overlooked. So implement that first, and then I will see you in the next lecture, and we'll go over another tip.